These people report being locked out of the DMT realm.
Check out this crazy video. A pickup truck driving right off a cliff.
I'm in Lowe's. This manager decided to take upon himself to tell me what I've done wrong. So tell the people that.
Love, light, and peace, family. Welcome to a brand new episode of The Higher Zone. Today on the menu, we got some disturbing, diabolical TikToks they don't want you to see. With that being said, Zone family, if you're not tapped in with the family yet, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every time I drop. You can rock out with me and the family. Family, I definitely appreciate you guys. I love you guys like cook food. Don't forget to hit that share button and that hype button, so more people that's brilliant, like-minded like you, beautiful, like-minded like you, get to see the videos. We got some fire on this episode, Zone family. So sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab your significant other if they rocking out with the family, and let's enjoy these videos. With no further ado, family, let's get straight into these bangers.
I'm in Lowe's. This manager decided to take upon himself to tell me what I've done wrong. So tell the people that. You're mad that I found these lots for $78 because y'all put the wrong price. Y'all put the wrong price. You don't want to look at me now? You just had a lot to say. You don't have nothing to say? You're mad that I found... What's up, dog? How you feeling? They had the price under it, and we know that all stores, when you make a mistake and keep the items under the price, they have to honor it. You came over here while I was having a conversation with a nice black young lady and proceeded to say, oh, if we place our items anywhere, then that's the price, right? That's how you treat a customer at Lowe's? Are you the manager? You said you're the manager, right? So instead of de-escalating the situation, you added fuel to the fire. You didn't come over here with customer service. You came over here with bad service. Huh? Why? Because I'm a black man trying to do good things? Or what was it? Because I was talking to a black lady. Huh? You have nothing to say? Well, this is going right to Lowe's. Right to Lowe's. I hope that you got your job right. What's up, brother? How you feeling? What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Much money.
They trying to kick me out because they made the wrong price on their stuff. So ask them. And the guy said, yes, it is $78. Remember, you're going to be viral. You're going to be viral. I don't think Lowe's is going to like this. You see how they treat? You see how they treating us, Lowe's? You're going to be viral in the morning. Lowe's. This is how you manage it. This is how you manage your acts, Lowe's. My name is Joseph Jones. Joseph Jones.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. So that's what he told me. So look,
bro, you don't even have to explain nothing to them. And then the social media will explain it to them later. And this guy, they will know your name in seconds, bro. You're gonna be so viral later for trying to cause this problem. You don't want to de-escalate. You're supposed to be the manager. I hope you have a job for your family in the morning. Now you disappeared because you called police. For what? For what?
Arguing over blocks is crazy.
Yeah, but he can't.
Until 50 Cent see this.
Now it's somebody else to ring him up. The manager just came out here and told me that I can't shop in here. He said I did something wrong.
Yeah, but Dave went to check the price to verify.
The price was wrong. We had to give it to him in honor.
Okay, that's all I need.
Oh, they're gonna be so viral tomorrow. The price is wrong. I'm right, and he made me felt like a criminal. He just where's the guy that was right here that just came out here and said this is our policy. This is what happens too much in America. You heard? Pardon me. And I don't like to have my phone out, but gets spooky when police come around, especially when we're innocent.
I keep saying it over and over again. You need to start checking the food you bring home from grocery stores. And that includes sliced bread. And why do I say that? Because a woman was making sandwiches for her family when she opened up a loaf of Dave's Killer Bread. And what she found next was unbelievable. Take a look at this video for yourself.
This message is for Dave's Killer Bread and Dave's Killer Bread only. I don't know. Actually, this is a public service announcement, maybe. We're just... We were just about to, I was just about to feed a sandwich to my daughter when I was cutting the crust off of the sandwich, and there's actual wood chips.
Wood chips.
In the loaf of bread.
No.
And at first I was gaslighting myself. I was like, maybe it's some sort of like grain or oat or something. But no, it's for sure a wood chip. And they're like all throughout this bread. And I've gone through like literally the entire loaf now feeling for it. I thought it was just in one piece. Not that makes it better. But there's literal wood chips throughout our whole loaf of bread. So check your Dave's Killer Bread for wood chips.
It's the only bread I eat.
Again, why you need to check your groceries, even if they're bagged when you bring them home. Wood chips inside of Dave's Killer Bread. Just imagine if she would have served that to her little baby without even paying attention. Because as you can see, Dave's Killer Bread has grains all over the outside of the bread. She decided to take the crust off so she can give it to her daughter. And that's when she found the wood chips. Once again, disturbing and scary at the same time. So take this as a PSA. Check everything when you open it, because you never know what you're gonna find. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, explain this. Steamed, Caesar's choice, cut green beans.
Okay.
Put them on this plate. Put them in the microwave.
Why are you doing that?
And 30 seconds.
Not the microwave. Come on, B. Why is the green beans doing that? Shh. Shut up!
Or for gelato.
What's going on here? Something's up.
Meddling the food, man.
Explain that. Only thing that does that in the microwave is metal.
Oh, it ain't over. Not sure what's going on with this cabbage, but it's not even burning. Shh. Shut up! People are saying that it could possibly be plastic, which I don't believe, because this is real cabbage, bro. I'm just not sure why it's not burning. What are we really eating, bro?
Chemicals.
What is this? Like, you see all this water?
I see it.
Like, I didn't put no water in this. Like, mad water coming out of this meat. It's butterball.
Not butterball.
Butterball grilled turkey.
No.
And I just feel like this is weird Bill Gates meat.
Something's going on here with the food, guys. This is what people are saying. You see now, I showed you 3 different videos of people pointing out something that's going on with the food. Now, I don't know, guys. This is the reason why I've been eating once a day, bro. I can't take it no more. Shh. Shut up! This is what people are saying. And I've been seeing a difference myself. But of course, guys, entertainment purposes only. Check things before you eat it, bro. Because we don't know what the hell is going on out here. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think, because I don't believe that. I think all this food is real. I'm out.
Family, be aware of what you putting in your body. We watched a video, the last episode, talking about how much metal is being placed in the food. The food ain't food anymore. It's warfare on the food. Been telling y'all many episodes back. In fact, the first season of Higher Zone, on the mind-bending season. Grow your own food. Learn to grow your own food. I'm about to start teaching you how to pop these seedlings so I can put them in the dirt. Seriously. Because what they feeding us ain't food anymore. Straight chemicals. Chemical warfare. But anyway, family, pay attention and be aware of what you're putting in your body. Let's keep it moving.
You listen, we grow doing the things that we hate the most. I'm telling you, gang, I love pain. Now, I've been crying for 5 days straight. Right? But I'm gonna tell you this though. The moment I cry, I realize one thing. It release. Right?
Facts.
Listen, a lot of people don't understand. Did you know how to get rid of fear?
How do you get rid of fear?
Accept it. Accept this, I'm gonna say this. If you scared, accept the worst possibility that can happen. Accept it in your mind. Like, a lot of people run from them thoughts. But if you sit down and accept the worst situation that can happen in your mind, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna be as bad. Cause your mind gonna feel like it lived it already. And it has.
But isn't that like manifesting?
Yeah, no, you lived it already. It put it in the past. You accepted it. You accepted the moment for what it is. You didn't run from it, right? If tears come, let them fall, right? The pain you have to walk into and accept it for what it is. and then it transforms.
Therapeutic.
Right? But if you keep running from it, it'll never have a chance to transform. Right? You embrace the pain.
I don't know, it seems hard.
What do you mean it seems hard? Yes, life is hard. I told you take the hard road. Why would you take the short road when it's gonna just send you back the hard way anyway? I don't think you get it, gang.
There's this phenomenon. People start
definitely
smoking
speaking
DMT.
some facts,
These people
though.
report being locked out of the DMT realm. Not only can they not access it, but the creatures, the entities in there, which they refer to them as machine elves.
Yeah.
It's the entities that live within the DMT realm. But these people, they go in and these machine elves are like, get out. You're no longer allowed in here. And so these people talk about like they can go in this realm that they're in. It feels like for thousands of years they're in this realm. Super weird.
Yeah, I watched a video where a dude was like, no matter how much I do, he was like, I can't get back. It does nothing anymore.
It's like
try
everyone
to
knows
steal.
what machine elves are.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing about DMT. These people all see the same entities.
I've talked to somebody, they experience like the crystal creatures.
Yeah,
like,
and there's different types of creatures. There's like there's like the snake, and then there's the machine elves. There's just a bunch of different creatures that everyone sees, and it's like that's not a coincidence.
You get invited to the DMT realm. Be cool about it.
Here we go.
Do you believe that planes are landing on moving runways? Why can't I go up in a helicopter for an hour? If the world is spinning, why can't I hover for an hour and come back down and be somewhere else?
Damn. That makes sense. It does, but this is what I heard. I was talking to a former fighter pilot, and they get up to 50,000 feet. Like 20,000 something more feet. And I said, do you see the curvature of the earth? He says, yes, we do.
He's lying to you. He's a Mason. I guarantee it.
Damn.
I guarantee you this guy is a Mason.
Really?
Because I have footage where as high as you go, you always see a level plane.
Really?
You always see a level plane. As high as the observer goes, there is always a level plane. There is no curvature. There should be, by Pythagorean's theory, right? There should be 8 inches of curvature per square mile. Visible curvature that you see.
Damn.
We do not see such curvature, sir. This is some bullshit that they use to create, basically to take God out of the equation. So, let me ask you something.
Yes.
The Big Bang Theory. When's the last time an explosion, which usually destroys things, created something?
Billions of years ago.
No, because that's what they told
us, right.
When can I do an experiment? Right now, they're doing a Hadron Collider, trying to fucking find the God particle, because they're trying to find creation out of destruction, and you never will, because there was a lie.
Higher zone.
Shit. So how did is the solar system real? Do we have planets, or is it bullshit?
What are you, a flat earther or round earther? I mean, you could look as far as you can see, and everything just lines up. He was right, and if the earth is spinning, you in a helicopter, and if you stay still, why you not landing in some other place or another direction? If the earth is spinning, we would be dizzy. When you're a little kid, you spin, you get drunk. So if the earth was spinning, we all be drunken monks. We all be feeling nauseous. But anyway, family, comment down below if you're a flat earther or round earther. I'd like to know.
It's just that.
Are they human?
No.
That's
not
okay.
all the way.
What do you mean not all the way? How can you not all the way be human?
We share some DNA with them, but not the complete genome. Now, in some of the Epstein files, they spoke about people living forever. Then we seen Vladimir Putin come out and say that they figure out how human beings can live to 200, 250, possibly forever. Then you see a documentary came out about root canals causing cancer because they want to take your root canals out because your root canal contains pure stem cells. So when you see people taking NADS or stem cell transfusion, they look really young. That's the whole purpose, because in the Bible it says man's years shall be 120, but Methuselah lived to 900. Gilgamesh and them lived for 40,000 years. Why is Hillary Clinton asking for the burial site or Gilgamesh's resurrection chamber in FOIA documents? It's all about using stem cells to lengthen the telomeres in the human body. You lengthen the telomeres, you can live forever. So they know how to do this. And then some of the people that they interacting with have probably been around for thousands of years already. Man, I seen a motherfucker get shot 8 times one time.
What?
2 days later, we seen him at the grocery store with a sling on his arm. He shot his preacher in the face and in the chest. 2 days later, the preacher was doing an interview with a sling on his arm. And I can show you this.
Still alive. It's like they healing, getting shot and healing themselves, or they just not dying. Their bodies healing themselves instantly.
Bro, we seen them drop. And then the next day, bro, we is at Jewel Osco in Chicago. We all seen it, but didn't nobody say nothing. You guys say, Gordo, you seen that? I said, yeah, I seen that. Turn up guard said, BA, what the fuck is that about? But for me, it's like, I always knew this type of shit was possible.
Zone family. I went to the dentist to get an appraisal because one of my teeth was hurting and get some medicine. We did all that. They checked my teeth, my gums, and everything. Now they sent me to the office to get the prices of everything. So she was like, yeah, there's a couple things we like to do. We like to remove all 4 of your wisdom teeth and replace them with implants. And the tooth that's bothering you, we're not gonna save it, we're just gonna put implants. They charged me 17 bands for work I did not even ask them to do. They wanted to take out my wisdom tooth. And I told the lady, they're not bothering me. Why do I need to take them out? Knowing I'm smart, I'm just asking questions. She's like, oh yeah, they look like they coming out, but they're not bothering me. I'm like, I'm not taking out my wisdom tooth. And she's like, okay, let's focus on the one that's hurting. You damn right. I want to take out my wisdom tooth for you, mom. You damn right. Listen, we learned not to listen to you professionals anymore, okay? You're going to take out my wisdom tooth and make probably thousands off them stem cells, huh? Keeping y'all young now. So it's not the babies anymore. They looking for stem cells in your wisdom tooth, which can also fight diseases. Diabolical, family. Pay attention and be aware of these, I'm not even gonna say it on here, but you know who I'm talking about. These people are crooks, scammers.
This isn't just fashion. This is frequency. This is higher zone.
So there is an author by the name of Philip K. Dick. He wrote a ton of books. Yeah. So he actually had some of his books turned into movies. It's adaptations. But he had a book, Blade Runner. So Philip had this extensive dissertation to where he explained how reality worked. And all these books are actually based off of the information that he has in past experiences. He had an experience to where it came through this girl's, like he visited somebody and their necklace shined like a light into his eye. The beam of light came off of there, hit him in the eye, and he saw this reddish, purplish beam. He says he got a bunch of information. One of the first things he knew was that his young son had a rare disease. Takes him to the doctor. Doctor goes, how did you know that your son had this rare disease? They caught it early and saved his son's life. So by that simple thing right there, that piece of evidence to where he knew his son was sick and saved his life and it was real, that's when he started writing. Then he said that the way he got this information wasn't just downloads, but it was coming from this hyper intelligent system. He called it VALIS.
He called it who?
VALIS.
VALIS stands for Vast Active Living Intelligence System.
There you go.
What does that sound like?
AI!
How did he come up with this before AI was even a figment of anyone's imagination?
All this information that he got from this being, he says there's a programmer Life is a chessboard, and there's a program that sees all the moves.
God.
And then there's a dark force that looks like it's always winning, but in the end, the light wins. The programmer wins because the programmer knows all the moves and they're necessary moves for a greater good. He says that we are existing in parallel universes all at the same time. He's saying that deja vu is actually us getting upgraded and we're moving into a new timeline or existence, because every time we get an upgrade, we are moving to a better, more perfect existence.
When you think about heaven and hell, what if this is already heaven? And that kind of gives credence to that. He's saying that it's basically shedding until it becomes perfect. This could already be heaven, and we're just getting closer to this perfect existence.
This is heaven and hell at the same time. I think when you have religion and you have science together, that's the answer, because it's one and the same. When you think about scientists and professors and all this, they're so enrooted in logic. This is how things work, so it can't be a God and this and this and that. And then the religion people, God says this and that's what it is.
Just have faith, and which is fine, but
it's really both.
Yeah, they have to exist amongst each other. They're kind of one and the same.
He's just saying that essentially there is parallel universes. This is why we have the Mandela effect and whatever you want to call it, only because we are shedding the old world and getting to a better, more perfect existence. So eventually that world becomes chaotic and full of chaos and hell, and that's what hell kind of becomes. Right. It's the shedding of everything else, and then heaven is essentially the perfect version of earth.
This is Crystal Farley, and she's a targeted individual and targeted by a high-ranking reptilian, dragon-worshipping elite family. She was a high-ranking tech executive.
Crystal Farley, targeted individual who had her life destroyed by powerful Luciferian families and is placed on the federal terrorist watch list. All of these elites and celebrities, down to your next door neighbor, your doctor, your lawyer, your dentist, your fireman, your sheriff, your local police, with these people that are in these secret societies, they are allowing these reptilians to take them over. The old person that you knew literally dies. Taylor Swift has a song, the last line of it says, "The old Taylor can't come to the phone." Why? Oh yeah, she's dead. That means the old Taylor died. Her consciousness, her empathy, her compassion is gone. That's why they get these real worms, the Black Eye Club. They allow these entities to completely take them over. And that's what it means to be reborn again. They call that being reborn. These people that are in these high levels in these secret societies, they do what's called a rebirth. A rebirth and taking an oath to Lucifer, which is Sophia. And when they do this, they become a predator, and they view you, me, as prey. Quite literally, the Bible, written by ancient mystery schools and ancient secret societies, is coded. It is inverted. What it means to be reborn again, to inherit the kingdom of God, which is the dragon, is to go through that rebirth process. Being reborn again isn't, oh, I'm going to repent and accept the Holy Spirit into my heart and I'm going to be this really good person. No, that's not at all what it means.
Choosing a side.
It means you're giving yourself over to an anti-human reptilian that controls your reality. The dragon is the god of this world. Supernatural evil killed supernatural light thousands of years ago. So you've got evil playing good cop, bad cop heroes in the books that they wrote. And they're about to do it again when you see hologram UFOs coming from the sky and Anunnaki gods revealed.
I found out that I was being physically surveilled by the following method. My ex-boyfriend and I realized that people had been breaking into our apartment while we were gone together in the same vehicle. And so I'm in the apartment, I'm about to go to work, and I'm like, why don't you take out the trash and scope out the parking lot and make sure it's okay before I go to work. So he goes out there and he's like, there's this weird fucking Lexus. It's like a silver Lexus. This is a shitty apartment. Like, why is there really nice Lexus in the parking lot? And it has tinted windows that are not street legal. Like, just totally dark, totally black tinted windows that are not possibly street legal. And so he comes back in and we're standing in our bedroom window looking at the Lexus and talking about it. And I say out loud, maybe we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate. Because the Lexus is across the parking lot from us, but it's backed in so you can't see the license plate. Within 2 minutes of me saying, hey, we should walk over there later and take a picture of the license plate, we were still standing there at the window looking at it, talking about it. And an Eastern European looking motherfucker with a black beanie, dressed all in black, in his 50s or 60s, walked out of the apartment directly across from ours holding a license plate. And he opened the trunk of the Lexus and he took out some tools and he changed the license plate right in front of our fucking faces. And then he walked back to his apartment and he put the old license plate on the front patio and went inside, left it outside. And it was literally like, come get the license plate. I have more. I have more where this came from. Come get the license plate. And over the past 12 months, it's been like escalating, like more aggressive, more invasive. It's floating constantly in my life where I have people being like, do it. You're the one, do it. And then I have multiple people being like, they're gonna kill you. Don't do it.
They're gonna kill you. This lady's story is basically enemy of the state.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
She's being followed. I'm guessing that house is bugged also, because they was talking about it. Then dude just walks outside, casually changed the plate and put it up front. At that point, you should have gotten into somebody's car, go under a bridge, get into another car, ditch your cell phone, ditch all electronics. Because all electronics, you know, is super tapped. Get everything burned. You need a phone, get a burned phone. Get rid of everything that could be tracked. Leave your car, leave your house, go under the radar. Zone. I mean, if you dealing with anti-gravity stuff and you so smart like this, you're supposed to be moving, grooving, vibing through these people. But you see, when you smart and you ain't got no street smart, that's how you get caught up. These people are so smart, you know, book smart, technology smart, but no street smart. They don't know how to move. She was brilliant and they took her out because she knew and understood how to manipulate gravity. Technology they don't want us to know. Things they don't want us to know. It could be something very simple and easy, family. We all could be around here floating, flying, manipulating gravity. But guess what? That's not something they want us to get familiar with. They want to keep us down. They don't want that high vibration to keep rising. This is why they having all these fake disclosures and, like they said, hologram fake aliens about to come up in the sky. That's why you gotta have that discernment. But anyway, family, let me know down below what you thought about that.
The elites hunting mermaids. Let's talk about it. So I just seen this video of this man telling a story about this guy who said his dad had to sign an NDA back in the day to hunt something that he didn't even know that he was hunting for. Now let's talk about it. So in the video, he stated how this guy said his dad was an ex-Navy and he was pretty much a stand-up stern guy. He didn't play, like, he wasn't like just a jokester that would make these false accusations or just would say things like, oh yeah, I used to hunt mermaids and I had to sign an NDA. He said no. These were this billion-dollar company, people that you wouldn't even think would even be like into this type of stuff. Not scientists, just billionaire people that wanted them to hunt something. Now, they didn't know that what they were hunting until they got out there and they realized that they were just basically in the black deep sea ocean not a sound, just darkness pretty much. And then they had these sonars pick up on certain things, and the guy that was looking at the sonars just literally froze up. And I assumed that some of the billionaire people that invested in this was on the ship, and they caught something that was just so strong that it literally shook everything. And when they brought it up, they had this piercing noise, which I'm assuming is the siren song. And if you watch the show Siren, I've talked about it several times on my page. The show Siren was very, very accurate, and it discusses the song that these sirens can do. It messes with your brain. It's almost like a drug. And he said after that, like, the man said his dad never ate seafood again, and he remembered them watching like something on Discovery Channel, and he was like, they're not just creatures, they're not just animals. And he said he never really picked up anything because he was a child, but he told him later on while he was on his deathbed, and he was like, why would this be something that, like, my dad tell me, like, you could just tell it genuinely bothered the man. And like, stories like this just be so insane because it's so real. Like, why would these rich people want this? Is it to exploit them? Like, is it to just try to get some of their blood and stuff like that and try to make medications with it? Like, y'all would be surprised at what these people would be hunting out here for what reasonings. Now, if y'all haven't watched the show Siren, y'all need to check it out. And I just love watching people's mermaid story times on TikTok. Let me know what y'all think.
These rich people, billionaires, are straight crazy. They want to eat and drink everything, okay? If it moves, if it breathes, they want it. They straight crazy. They want to live forever. And they trying everything and doing everything to live forever. Diabolical. Damn demons. Comment down below.
And they'll call you crazy for talking about this. Just wait. We're gonna get into it. Okay. She's swimming with whales. She's swimming with dolphins while pregnant. Can we get into how dolphin-assisted births were a thing until they found out it was unsafe, but there was like no mortality rate when it came to dolphin-assisted births, and there was no complications from my understanding. I think his name was Igor, the man that did it. I believe it was in Hawaii. They shut down his entire situation. Apparently, pregnant women were being surrounded by dolphins, and they used their echolocation to create like some kind of wave to make it a virtually painless birth for them. So they took that away, right? Now we know, guys, with the last video, I will admit I had a martini, but I am going to tell you guys that I still think I was cooking when I said that dolphins and whales, you know, all the marine animals, a lot of them, like in regards to dolphins and whales and stuff, they communicate with frequency. And with music, we know,
sound.
Like with that interview that X did in, I think, 2016 before he passed, he was talking about how there are certain frequencies used to keep you in a depressive state, correct? You know that sirens also use song. That's what we were told, right? Sirens use song to get people off of the boat to come into the water. What if it's not the song, but the frequency? And what if that same frequency is what they use in marine life? Like, what if they all speak one language in different like dialects? Because there's different frequencies. Like there's that 52 hertz whale that no one has ever seen. Like there are, I believe, 3 or 5 different types of whales that we can hear in the ocean, and we see that's a different frequency. At least that's what marine biologists say, but we've never seen that. We don't even know if it really is a whale. What if it's not? What if it's something else that just speaks that language but a different dialect? I mean, we as people on land have different dialects, we have different languages. Why wouldn't the animals under the sea too? I mean, the sea makes up more of the globe than we do. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm really giving that, because if there's certain, I mean, we've all seen that They Clone Tyrone scene, right? Where music was making them do different things. What if it's like a certain frequency wave that sirens like tune into to trick your mind into like a hypnosis kind of thing to get you to get off the boat? These are the things that I think about at 12 a.m. These are the things. Anyway, y'all.
Great mind.
I feel like I'm cooking. Are you catching what I'm putting down?
Keep cooking.
As always,
keep it going.
Follow and comment down below what you think.
Come on, mama.
There is something very off with the Great Wolf Lodge. The baby in that video began crying immediately after walking into the room at the Great Wolf Lodge, and people in the comments were saying that that little girl is not just feeling something off about this place, but she must be seeing something that they can't see. And this is all the more believable if you've heard that story about the family of 4 staying at the Great Wolf Lodge. The premise of the story is that these parents and their 2 children had booked 2 rooms, one for him and his wife with a queen bed in it, and then a bunk room for the children that had an adjoining door, meaning that a door in the parents' room connected them to the room right next door with the bunk beds where the children would sleep. Well, they went off and enjoyed their day at the water park and came back to their rooms to sleep after a very eventful day. But around midnight, their 6-year-old son burst through the door to the parents' side of the room, crying and terrified. The dad thought that maybe he had just had a nightmare, but then the little boy said that he had seen something in his room. So the dad gets up to go check the exterior doors to both rooms to make sure he had locked them, and he had. So at this point, he just starts to think, okay, my little one's imagination must be running a little wild, and he let his son sleep in their bed with them for the rest of the night. But then at 3 a.m., the mom wakes up and is frantically looking around, which then wakes her husband up. When the husband asks her what's wrong, she says, "You didn't hear someone just scream, Mom?" The dad gets up out of bed again to go check on the other child, who is still in the adjoined room. But instead of being in bed, he finds her huddled up in the corner of the room, hyperventilating. And the daughter basically described seeing the same exact figure that her brother had seen. So at this point, the dad is now freaking out. He's running around, turning all of the lights on, checking under the beds, in the closets, looking for some sort of explanation for what now both of his children have seen. The mom is asking her daughter more questions about what she had seen, and she's giving her the details, saying that she was so scared that she crawled across the floor and hid in the corner of the room, trying to stay as quiet as humanly possible. But as the daughter is telling the story, the mom says, "If you were trying to stay as quiet as possible, why were you screaming out for me?" And the daughter says that she wasn't the one calling out for her mom. So they're all freaked out by this point. The dad decides that he's gonna stay up until daylight just to keep an eye on everything while his family tries to get some rest. Well, once everyone had fallen back asleep, he starts to hear a loud banging noise coming from the other side of the adjoining door. Obviously, he's absolutely terrified, right? But he decides, you know what, I have to protect my family. So he gets up to go see what is banging on this door. And when he opens it up, he notices that the lights in the bunk room are still on, there's nobody inside, and his children are safe and sound with his wife in their bedroom. But then he starts to hear his wife panicking in her sleep, so he starts trying to wake her up. When she does wake up, she tells him that she was having a terrifying nightmare where she had woken up in the same exact bed in the same room they were in at that moment, but she had gotten out of the bed to use the bathroom. When she opened the door to leave the bathroom, she was suddenly stuck inside of the room with the bunk beds, and this evil entity was trying to get her. So in her dream, she runs over to the door that connects the bunk room to their bedroom and starts banging on it, hoping that her husband will open it to let her inside. She said she's banging on this door with all of her might, but then her husband woke her up. The family, understandably, packed all of their stuff the next morning and left, despite having a few more days of their vacation planned.
That's a wild story. As soon as I seen that little baby, my little daughter, talking about and she's screaming she don't want to go in there, yeah, it's time to go. Y'all have to understand, these babies have way more brain matter than us. And they can see things because they are so pure. They vibrate a little bit higher than we do because they so innocent. So their energy level is hitting the charts. We get older, we do dumb shit, we don't eat proper. We bring our energy down, a lot of us. But these babies, they high vibrating beings. Why you think the elites go after them? As parents, as grown folks, we need to know these signs. We need to protect these babies, protect your family. Stay away from bad vibes, negative energy. But anyway, family, comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about that. That was super monstrous, diabolical.
This is New York, from the L train to the world. It's not just fashion, it's frequency. We built this from frequency, not fabric. This is Higher Zone.
Let me go on and get this straight. You got actual people walking around this planet, bald as hell, and I don't mean by choice. They want hair. Can't grow it. Reborn dolls growing hair now? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and watch this video down here. For anybody not on TikTok, I'm gonna go ahead and sum it up for you. So basically, I'm scrolling and I see a lady who said, and that lady with that reborn doll, she need to go ahead and throw it away. So I'm interested. I'm like, what you mean? Throw it away for what? This lady proceeds to show pictures of when she had a reborn doll. She said she put the doll away for probably about a month after she painted the doll a different color. Now, she proceeded to show us a picture of how the doll's hair looked prior to her putting it up for that month. That doll had about a nickel worth of hair. Lo and behold, when she go back to this damn doll, full ponytail damn near. I didn't stop there. You know, I went to the comments because the comments is where the tea be. Is there a bunch of people in the comments saying that their reborn dolls have bruises? Now I'm like, what in the Chucky, Megan, and Annabelle going on here? At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit shocked just like everybody else. Then I quickly came to my senses and reminded myself objects can carry and hold energy too, especially
100%.
Objects that resemble human form. Most dolls have eyes, a mouth, they have hair, they got arms, they got legs, sometimes even certain facial expressions. They literally were designed to mimic life. Then I'm like, well, if it's shaped like a vessel, don't be surprised when something try to use it as one. Now let's take it a bit deeper. Y'all know reborn dolls not just sitting on the shelves collecting dust, right? People are literally naming them, holding them, sleeping with them, forming emotional bonds with them. And listen, do what you do. I'm not here to judge. Now, with that being said, I still got to keep it real. A lot of people with these dolls are coming from very vulnerable places. It could be loss of a child, infertility, certain trauma, or just a deep desire for connection. So now when you think about it, that is not surface level energy. That is deep emotional energy being poured into something daily. I always tell y'all, energy gonna respond. Y'all know I always got a theory cooking up because
bounce back.
What if these dolls weren't created just for the fun of it or just to help people heal? What if it wasn't created for that at all? What if they were created because they technically are the perfect vessel? Now, y'all just hear me out. What if it was created so that it can be inhabited by lower energy or lower frequency, lower vibrational beings? The reason I say that, vulnerability is an open door. These lower vibrational entities know that the more emotionally open you are, the less the resistance. Now you got a human-like form, constant attention on this human-like form, emotional attachment, and a vulnerable person. You trying to tell me nothing can be drawn to that? Again, heavy on the my theory, but I'm just here to make you think. Because we have seen this theme before, and you know what we watching is not just entertainment for the popcorn and Coke. All I could think about was that movie Megan. Like, why do they keep using doll-looking like figures? What about Chucky? Why make them look so human and develop human-like features, characteristics, awareness, behavior, personality? As to me, whether it's literal or symbolic, the message is the same. The more human you make something, the easier it is to blur the lines between human and vessel. I started thinking about even more shit because back in the day, I used to hear that the voices inside the GPS, their actual soul. I was skeptical back then until I started noticing my GPS always glitching, and it was real random too. I mean, it was saying things outside of the actual programming for the address. Like, why are you talking about other shit? I don't know, I'm just saying, like, why those glitches feel so intentional? Don't act like you ain't never had like Alexa or Google respond and you ain't even say nothing to it. Don't get me started on Siri's ass talking about, I didn't get that. I didn't ask you to. A lot of people call this a glitch, but I feel like it's something else entirely. I will always take it back to this. At the end of every day, everything runs on energy. Humans equal energy, machines equal energy, attention equals energy, words equals frequency. If you constantly feeding something attention, emotions, connection, at what point do it stop just being an object? I ain't saying to panic at all, but what I am saying is to pay attention, have discernment, and if something in your space feels out of ordinary, ignore your intuition trying to be logical and shit. At this point, it's not just about the dolls. It's about what we create, what we feed, as well as what might be drawn to it. Any of y'all experience anything like this? Get in the comments and let me know. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Okay, so update on the baby, because somebody commented and said, the gel and the hairbrushing probably pulled the hair up through the skull. But keep in mind, her hair was like this, okay? There's no way that this much got pulled up. So I'm gonna hold her and I'm gonna pull on her hair. And like, you can see I'm pulling, nothing is coming up any further. I'm gonna pull her hair literally out. There's like quite literally nothing.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
There's no way. It's literally in
Throw that damn thing away. Throw it away.
Something's fucking fishy around here and I don't like it. This tree, I know this tree well. This fucking thing, that thing is not real. That's not a real fucking tree. It's not in any of my childhood photos, and it doesn't even show up on Google Maps.
So this dude's name on TikTok is I Scare Dads. If you want to go watch this whole situation. First of all, so what he is saying is that tree is identical to the tree next to it, but that tree was never there. And people, like multiple people across the United States, have been saying that their trees have been moving, right? He has documented this. He has videos of him. I believe he put a rock in front of it and then the rock moved. He measured it with tape measures and it's quite literally moving. There are no birds on that tree, not one bird. And then y'all tell me why. He starts getting phone calls and he can't say who is calling him, but they're telling him, stop filming that tree. What? At this point, first of all, why is it always Florida? We got Gerald in Florida. Now the trees are moving. What's going on here? Do I need to move? Do I need to leave? What? But at the same time, is it crazy that in 2026, we believe this stuff? Trees moving? I'm gonna be honest. I believe him. I'll believe him. Until I see something that is telling me that this is not true, I'm gonna believe him. Especially he's literally showing him measuring it. It literally looks like it. Go to the videos. Just go to the videos. I Scare Dads on TikTok. This is insane. I feel like where are we? Where are we living? And at this point, this point is giving distraction because we got freaking Gerald the dolphin and walking. It's time for all of us. Let's just go to bed. Let's clock out. We need a nap.
What is going on in Ocala National Forest? Apparently my scary stories have reached quite a few people here in Florida, and I got sent an email. The man he didn't even say his real name in the email, just have the email address, but he did not want his name used and didn't give his name. He is a fellow Floridian, an avid outdoorsman. He goes all over Florida and even outside of Florida, camping in different like state parks and things like that. And even like kind of off-grid camping, getting lost on purpose type thing. But he said he had been out to Ocala National Forest during the day many times, had never stayed overnight. He wanted to do that for a couple of nights. And so he took his tent and his camping gear and went out there. One of his friends, he said in the email, warned him and told him, hey man, like you shouldn't go out there by yourself. I can't go out there with you this time. Like you should probably take somebody with you. There is some really sketchy things that go on out there at nighttime. It's beautiful during the day, but at night it can get pretty spooky. And even for people like us, and he meant, people that camp all the time, like we can't explain some of the things that we have heard from other people that have camped out there. I am just going to read you what this man sent to me and let you decide. So if you like a scary story, have a seat. You're not going to want to miss this one. This happened 6 months ago, he said, out in Ocala National Forest. He was going out there for a solo trip, like I said. He had a friend that told him exactly how to get to a camping spot that him and his family had used in the past. Nothing crazy. It was about a mile off the service road. No, signs, none of that stuff. So he gets out there, sets up his campsite, and all ready to go. He said he had a great day. He had been like kind of hiking down the trails and just taking pictures out in nature that he was going to post on social media. Everything was going fine throughout the night. He finally decided, he said, to turn in around 11 and at 2:13. And he said, I remember the exact time because I looked, is when it happened. He said he woke up at 2:13 a.m. Because he checked his phone, hearing footsteps outside of his tent, light footsteps. He thought honestly that it was a deer at first because they're just out there all of the time. But he said this did not move like an animal. He said it would take a few steps and then stop and then a few more and stop, almost like it was trying not to be heard. Then it started circling his tent. He said he didn't move. He just kind of stayed still, didn't even open the flap to check, and just sat there. He said he could hear crunch, crunch, stop, crunch, crunch, stop. And then it stopped right behind his head, literally inches away from the fabric of the tent. He said that's whenever he could hear breathing. Not loud, just steady. Like human breathing. He said he turned the flashlight on his phone, but he did not open his tent. He just held the flashlight against the fabric of the tent. He said that is when he saw a silhouette, head, shoulders, standing completely still. He said he completely froze. Then he said he could see the shape of a face pressing into the fabric of the tent like it was trying to see inside. Oh my God. As if all of that wasn't scary enough, then it whispered his name. Not yelled, not guessed, whispered like it knew him. He did not respond. He said, I couldn't. I was literally that scared. And then he could hear the leaves crunching as it was walking away. He said this was the part that messed him up the most. He said it did not go very far. It was literally just outside the clearing, walking. He could hear it walking back and forth, slow, patient, like it was waiting. He said he didn't even think he moved an inch for the rest of the night. He just sat there frozen in fear. And at sunrise, he packed all of his stuff. He didn't even eat. He just got the heck out of there. He said when he got back to his SUV, he saw something scratched into his paint on the driver's side door. It was 3 words. You looked back. He said that was so weird because he didn't ever leave his tent and he didn't look outside. He said, but he swears that whenever he was holding the flashlight up to the fabric of the tent and seeing that silhouette, he swears that he could see something like there was something behind that silhouette, as if there were 2 of them. And that was the email. He did send an attachment that included the Google Maps pinned location of where exactly this happened at out there. And I'll tell you something, it's kind of got me creeped out and almost curious enough to want to go out there and investigate for myself.
First thing first, my white bros.
Why is y'all going into these forests
solo dolo?
By your damn self?
What you got to prove?
You camper of the year? Camper of the century?
No, that's called Booba the Fool. Okay?
You almost didn't make it back. That thing whispered your name. That was the invitation. You lucky you did not respond. And I'm sure you heard there's witches in that forest. I seen plenty of videos saying that forest has witches. You would never catch me in nobody woods by my damn self. In fact, I went hiking on a 3-mile trail in the woods. Even though I had somebody with me, I was the strong arm. And I was disappointed at myself. I'm like, man, what if something come out these woods?
I am cooked. Okay? Cooked.
Finito. Cut, the movie's over, the bar is closed. But anyway, family, let me know down below, was it smart for him to go in these woods by his damn self and almost got cooked? Comment down below.
Hello, good morning. Please excuse me if I still have eye boogers. I literally just woke up. But y'all remember that story that I told you about my cousin who didn't know he was dead, but I had to tell him he was dead? Okay, listen, his name is Calvin. He came to me in a dream last night and he was like, you got to tell the people about how we was sleepwalking and went on a picnic. I told y'all, me and Calvin, we wasn't connected at the hip, we was connected at the soul. Something that is normal for me and Calvin is when we go to sleep, we astral project. If you don't know the difference between lucid dreaming and astral projecting, I'm going to tell you the difference. Lucid dreaming is when you know you're asleep and you're able to shape and form your own world. Astral projection is when you know that you are asleep and you're able to project your subconscious into someone else's subconscious and they actually know that you're there. Me and Calvin had our own sleep state world. Now, in our dream state, because my mama is who my mama is, and she figured out that we was going to see each other through astral projections, whenever she put me on punishment, she actually put up warding so that we're not able to come directly into each other's world. Y'all, what's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? And he was like running through memories and time and stuff like that. Inception, Insidious. I don't remember. But that's how our worlds was bending together. Like, it would come close, but it don't mesh. And that was because of my damn mama. She literally figured out why we was okay with being on punishment. Have you ever known kids who was like, you putting us on punishment? Okay. Because we not really on punishment. Either me and him in our own world, or I put a doppelganger in my room and I made my mama and them think that I was really up in here, but I really went through this portal in my closet and I went to go party with Lily and them. Like, what the fuck? The hell is a punishment for a star child? Girl, let me move around. But no, my mom put a stop to that. Once she found out, she's like, oh, that's what y'all doing? Oh, okay. You wish you could see him. You gonna be able to see him through your window and that's it. But anyway, this one particular time, I got in trouble for something that I didn't even fucking do. I was mad as hell. I'm hurt, okay? I'm for real hurt. Calvin didn't like that. Calvin didn't like that. He was like, you know what? I'm finna figure out a way to get you up out of there. Well, I don't like the fact that you locked up for something that somebody else did. And I was like, however you get me out of here, get me out of here. So he's sitting there and I'm like, I'm hungry. And he was like, oh, we should go on a picnic. And I'm like, okay. So he pack up in his dream. He pack up sandwiches and all kind of stuff. I'm still sitting in my room, literally sitting, looking out the window, pathetic as fuck, right? And then I hear Calvin calling my name. I look out my window, I look down. He's down on the ground. I'm like, how the fuck? He was like, jump out the window, jump out the window. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Just jump out the window. Okay, I did. And when I hit the ground was actually a rubber mat. He put his hand up and you could see a shimmering iridescent wall in between us. And I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, just come on, just come on. Now we walking down the line of this wall, okay? I don't know how it happened, but the way that the wall was angled, it led us out to a park. Calvin set out a whole little picnic spread. We sitting there, we eating, we happy, we married. Then the next thing I know, I hear police sirens. And I'm confused because why we hearing sirens in the astro world? Like, that's not normal. I look at him, he look at me, he like, what the fuck is happening? Okay, yeah, so this not normal. I'm not tripping. Why we hearing sirens? Our astro world get the rumbling like it's a whole earthquake going off. Now this 100% is not normal because we don't go through catastrophic or traumatizing things in our world. What the fuck happened? And now I'm looking at him because what the fuck did you do? If I would never followed you out this room, then none of this would, what is happening? Homeboy, he over here shook. Calvin don't know what the fuck to do. He like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the fuck is happening. This ain't never happened before. Next thing I know, I'm blinded by a white light. I'm talking about a white searing light out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from. I'm trying to blink. Blinking so hard, my eyes get to watering because where the fuck did this light just come from? In between blinks, it's like blink, Astro World, blink, police officer, blink, Astro World, blink, police officer. What the fuck? What is happening? I look over, Calvin just disintegrate. I'm talking about black dust, gone. Get to feeling little tinglies in my feet. You know how when your legs go to sleep and now your toes got the fuzzy antenna feeling in them? Yeah, that's what we at. I look down, my feet is low-key starting to disappear. I'm freaking the fuck out because I don't know what the fuck is happening. Now I feel a tug on my third eye. That's letting me know that something is trying to wake me up. Maybe I'll wake up to 10 cops, 10 of them, all surrounding us. There is a school called Ruggles Elementary in Chicago on the south side. It was on 79th and what? Wabash? No. Calumet. It was on 79th and Calumet. Somehow, some way, me and this man walked, sleepwalking out of our house. Mine is on 75th in Michigan. He on 76th in Michigan. We walked out of our houses, down the street, to Ruggles School, in the middle of the playground, and had a whole fucking picnic. This man literally packed a whole fucking picnic basket. I'm talking about juices, chips, sandwiches, picnic basket, picnic blanket, and we just out there at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning having a fucking picnic while we half damn sleep. I was known with the police because my daddy was a help desk technician and because my mother was a volunteer for the DARE program. And of course, the The police officers that found us knew my daddy and my mama. Could you imagine the trouble that we got into when the police come knocking on your family door at 2:45 in the morning to deliver their daughter back to them because they found her asleep in a park?
Crazy work.
Having a picnic with a boy. My mama started rolling up her sleeves. She said, I want you to know as soon as that door closed, it's me and you. My daddy said, no, wait till the police pull off the block. Calvin, mama and daddy tore his ass off just as bad as mine did. They mad than a motherfucker. Y'all could have got killed. You're sleepwalking through traffic. Y'all done went 7 fucking blocks and you're sitting in a damn park at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're on 79th Street. You could have died. I mean, they ain't wrong. We could have died. So, I mean, like, we took the beating because we could have died. Just know that when we went to sleep that night, and we seen each other in that astro world, baby, baby. Fuck astral projections. Now I'm lucid dreaming because I'm finna drop bombs on your mark ass. Boy, I just got my ass told off because of you. And he gonna have the nerve to sit up here and say so. Well, you got your own free will. You didn't have to follow me. I won't do it again.
Cat Stack, that was a crazy story. I'm not gonna lie to you, Star Child. But man, listen, sleepwalking 2 o'clock in the morning, about to have a whole picnic, it's crazy work, man. I mean, y'all lucky somebody found y'all and brought y'all asses home. Cause who knows what could have happened to y'all. But anyway, family, let me know what y'all thought about Cat Stack's story. Great storyteller, Star Child. Comment down below.
One of the worst things that can ever happen while you're on a cruise is happening right now. You have a cruise ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean where there is a hantavirus outbreak. You heard what I just said? There are 149 people stuck on a cruise ship right now, and they can't dock that cruise ship because certain people on that cruise ship are carrying the hantavirus. 6 people have been infected. 3 people died. So this outbreak took place on a boat called the MV Hondias. It was sailing between Argentina and Cape Verde. You have 2 people on this boat that's seriously ill. The virus, again, killed 3 people. You have 1 person who's hospitalized. And that 1 patient that's hospitalized is in critical condition. They're saying this virus, the hantavirus, comes from feces and rodent urine. Mind you, these people are just trying to get off this boat. And they are not letting these people off this boat because they don't want to contaminate another population. Listen to this shit. Listen to this.
On board the MV Hondias, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here.
This shit is crazy.
We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home.
Shit is
There's
crazy.
a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part. All we want right now is to feel safe.
This shit is crazy.
To have clarity.
It's crazy.
And to get home.
And this is why I always say you got to be careful while you're on those waters. Because once you're on those waters, if something happens on those waters, you might not be able to come out of those waters. These people cannot go home right now. I'm out.
Pay attention and be aware. And when you go on a cruise, stay away from the water. And the food, obviously. Can't even do nothing.
Melissa's morning begins by eating an entire 10-pound tray of cheese lasagna, the thick layers of cheese and meat sauce. Make her drool uncontrollably. This is normally enough food to feed an average person for 3 whole days, but for her, it is merely an appetizer. She sits right down at the table, directly facing a massive mirror. She loves watching her own reflection while she eats. This gives her the illusion that she is eating double the amount of food in just 5 short minutes. The baking tray hits absolute rock bottom, but this is still far from over. She turns around and walks right back into the kitchen, pulling a massive bowl of thick macaroni soup out of the fridge. She pours it straight into a plate. She sits back down in front of the mirror, relentlessly swallowing the food straight down into her stomach. This tiny portion simply cannot fill her up. She grabs another heavy bag right out of the kitchen and walks straight into her bedroom. Inside the bag is an entire high-calorie cream cake. She shoves it into her mouth, bite after massive bite. She deliberately leaves one tiny piece behind. planning to eat it right before lunch. But intense feelings of starvation continue to torture her. She immediately picks up her phone and calls her best friend. Shortly after, her friend rushes over carrying 2 massive bags of takeout. Fried chicken, onion rings, and dipping sauces completely cover 2 tables. Grabbing a fried chicken leg and gnawing on it like crazy, the chicken is annihilated clean in an instant. It doesn't take long for her best friend to stop eating. She is already so stuffed she can't eat another bite. But Melissa continues shoving food right into her mouth. Yet all she can think about in her brain right now is exactly what she's going to eat for lunch in half an hour.
Can somebody give me something to eat, please?
Kenai accidentally lets out a nasty fart, but that doesn't ruin her appetite one bit. 4 sausages, creamy bread, and a burger are sitting right in front of her. Kenai is drooling like crazy. She swallows in huge gulps, hardly even stopping to chew. She's terrified the kids might snatch a bite. But all of this is just a tiny pre-breakfast snack. Once she polishes that off, she finally has enough energy to fix her real breakfast. 2 massive trays of chicken wings, nearly 20 pounds of meat, all for Kenai. Wings smothered in thick cheese sauce are her absolute favorite. One bite in, she's screaming with pure joy. The trays are licked clean in record time. Looking at her still empty stomach, Kenai is far from satisfied. With no other choice, her husband brings her a giant cake as a little post-meal dessert. Kenai is in heaven, rolling her eyes with every bite, since every scrap of food in the house is now completely gone. The rest of the family has to order takeout, but the second Kenai smells the food, she rushes back into the room, wanting a piece of the action. When they refuse to share, she starts acting like a total brat. She even reaches out to snatch the breakfast right out of her son's hands.
You know what? I'm gonna let y'all comment down below about K9. Yeah, that was diabolical.
Chosen ones, there's a reason the Most High doesn't want to give you money yet. Check this out. Because you're very grateful, and you should be. Let's say your friend, your family, whoever, has $1 million, but you need, let's say, $1,000 for the rent. You know what that friend is gonna do? That friend is gonna get that $1,000 and give it to you. And you're gonna be grateful. You're not like that. If you had $1 million and that friend needs $1,000 for the rent, you'll be like, yo, here's $50,000. Go get your life started. Go hustle that. Go flip that. That's how you are, not them. They feed you scraps, and you're supposed to be grateful for that shit. And you should be grateful. But that's why the Most High's like, I'm holding on to this money because I know you. You about to splurge this money on these people who feed you fucking scraps.
Chosen, was he capping or was he rapping? He was dropping some real science. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about that.
They gonna just keep
Monkeys going into the Stone Age now. They're using spears to fish. Want me to show you this?
I remember you said that before. So you saying they're going to the Stone Age. So what are you saying? They're becoming intelligent beings. They're becoming conscious.
100%.
How?
Some of them, their eyes look just like ours now. So it's never been seen in history.
What are you trying to say? You saying something but ain't saying it. What are you trying to say?
Everybody's seen Planet of the Apes, right?
Right. Because they could have injected them with something to make this happen, or is it just happening naturally?
It's happening through natural selection, and they trying to get ahead of the game. Did you know that if you took a pig off a farm and threw it out in the wilderness, it's gonna turn into a wild boar?
How?
Thank you. It's gonna turn black, tusk gonna grow, its snout is gonna extend, it turns into a whole different creature in a matter of months.
Right.
So that proves Darwin's theory of evolution. But in Darwin's theory, they say it take 1 million years for for a pig to turn to a boar. It take a matter of months.
A matter of months?
Sure. Look what's going on right now in Florida. They pay you per every boar that you kill because the boars is destroying farmland and growing out of control.
Right.
They was just normal pigs that people have released or they escaped off farms. They didn't know that once they go into the wilderness, something clicks in natural selection that turns them into a monster.
Right.
That can go from a 400-pound pig to an 800-pound wild boar, which will kill you. This is what's going on in the world. They don't want people to know this.
That is crazy, family.
They lying. Yeah, y'all seen it. They ain't got no space shuttle riding on side of it recording it. They ain't got no drone they flying, showing us the outside footage of that motherfucker as they travel. They ain't got no camera in a satellite that's showing us that motherfucker just shot by. They ain't got nothing but some niggas in some capsules looking in the camera. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Do you believe space is real?
No. How did they call back in the 70s? Up to space. What phone rung up there? What phone rung up there?
I don't believe the moon landing is real, but I believe space is real.
I don't believe man have left the firmament that sits over earth. The man and the woman that was up there for what, almost a year last year that was stuck up there, where they at?
Yeah, they were up there for like 4 months.
Longer, almost a year.
Yeah.
So, what stories do they have to tell? Oh dang, man, I don't think they're going up there.
What would it take to convince you that it's real?
When that motherfucker take off, it's a motherfucker falling with a camera like they do me. Look at his ass go up there, y'all. And when they in space, they in the window saying, look at him. Say, what's up, nigga? And they in space, say, there you go right there. If they can't do that, they lying. They can do your car like that when you back up from space. They can show your car right there. So why they can't just show us something? They are everybody, like Star Trek used to do. Star Trek used to show the outside of the galaxy, and while it would float. Nah, niggas, nah, man. And then I think that's water. I think if you go up there, you come under there.
Wow, a lot of people think that's the ocean. Space is the ocean.
I think if you go up there, you come from up under there. That's why everything lands in the water.
So you're pretty much saying we're the only people in existence. There's no other planets. So what is the sun? Where's the sun come from? The sun is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Yeah, it is. God created the sun. But this is what I'm saying. Who been up there?
I mean, it's astronauts that have stories that, you could check in. They have interviews about it. They tell
I know
some
some penitentiary niggas got some good motherfucking stories. Sound good, believable and everything. But nigga, they'll tell us anything.
So is the earth flat? Are you one of them type niggas?
No.
So it's round?
I don't know what it is. I just know when I fly, I see a oval existence when the plane do this and they do that. You should be able to see a cliff somewhere. This be look like it's a ball in the sky. So I be looking out the window trying to, I think people that's trying to figure out if the world flat or around, they miss out on life.
Zone family. I've been said this a long time ago, many episodes ago. They trying to go up so they could come from the deep bottom of the ocean. That was just my theory. The top is the bottom of the ocean we see it. And if they could penetrate through it, they'll be at the very bottom. I might be right, I might be wrong. That's just my own theory. But Charleston White is definitely thinking out the box. Why they not showing us any footage? Especially the two astronauts that have been stuck up there forever ain't come back with no footage. She came back with a long chin, looking like a reptilian. But anyway, family, comment down below. That was crazy.
So it starts and it says hello. When you zoom in, it
gets worse.
It gets so much worse.
Oh God. So this light ball comes out from around the corner. I thought it was somebody with a flashlight.
Yes, but now look, it's on 4 legs. It's on 4 legs. It's on 4 legs. It's on 4 legs.
No.
It looks around and then it's way up there. And it goes around. And it's way on top of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's nutty, isn't it?
That's insane.
So what is it?
All right. Well, my
That's a question.
my initial thought was, remember how we talked about there is this phenomena where it's like a ball of lightning almost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was my initial
Ball
thought.
lightning.
Ball lightning, yeah. But then it started crawling.
Yeah, don't like that.
And that perplexed my smooth ridges.
Well, you know, it's interesting because it was kind of like a mini rabbit hole that I fell down because it was somebody else's video that at the beginning, it was someone else going, "What is this?" and showing it, to which I had that, you know, natural assumption that it was some stage thing.
Yeah.
Only come to this woman where it's her security camera footage from her garage. And she's not like a spooky lady.
No.
She's not posting a bunch of like, my house is haunted, there's horrible things. It was a very strange thing because there's something like, when you first see it, it almost seems like somebody who has a light on their hat.
Yeah.
A headlamp. And so you're like, that's weird. She claims that it said hello. And she looked over, and when she looked over, she couldn't identify who it was, so she didn't respond. She was like, okay, this is a stranger, you know, stranger danger kind of situation. And then upon reviewing the footage, because she's not looking at it when it turns into a dog, it goes from like humanish shape to dog shape to tall as the garage. There's a point at which it is at the top of the eaves of the house. So it's like, what bizarre thing it is, because it could just be in somebody's hand, the light. But there's a moment when you can actually make out what looks like the shape of a dog walking on all fours.
That definitely wasn't no AI. And you could see the glowing light coming from the side, and it did said hi or hello to the person when they replayed it. And it transformed into a dog. You could see the 4 legs walking. Then it transformed again. And transformed again.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That was crazy, diabolical, mysterious. That was not no AI. This lady recorded this from her garage camera.
And then if that's not weird enough, you have people all around the world seeing the sky and basically the day change color.
Why the is the sky pink?
We've already seen this with the pink sky. I've already showed you guys tons of videos in the UK. There's even been some sightings in the United States where people go outside and everything just looks pink. Well, now everything's starting to look red, and it's happened in more than one country. It's happened in about 4 or 5 places now.
Well, take a look at this. Skies over Western Australia's Shark Bay turned a deep blood red ahead of tropical cyclone Narelle on Friday.
This has got no filter on it.
Afternoon suddenly like that just seems to go red.
Tray table or your seating area. Specialist cleaning equipment has been used to protect children against fire.
It looks like we're on Mars. It's unreal.
Imagine you wake up and your kid is standing at the back door near the porch and they're like, "Hey, have you seen the blood red backyard today?"
Central Illinois, Genoa.
Now, scientists have an explanation for that. They say that it's something with the copper and the dust, with the UV fields. I don't know, but no matter how much copper or dust is in the air over there, why is there so much copper now? Why suddenly is this happening? And why haven't I ever seen a blood red sky or walked outside and seen everything just painted red like that in my 41 years of life here?
Planet Nibiru is getting closer and closer and closer. Planet Nibiru might make it before the disclosure. Let's keep it moving.
My first girlfriend, who I really loved a lot, was Tatum O'Neal. But I don't think I was ready for some of the things she was talking about. I remember her telling me to come over to the house and what she's going to do to me when I come. You know, all the...
Well, what did she say?
All the sexual stuff. So I'm scared to death because I've never done anything like that. I came over there trying to be Mr. Big Shot and brave. I remember she cut off all the lights in her bedroom, opened the curtains. You can see the whole skyline of the city over the cliff. It was beautiful. She told me to go over and lie on the bed, and I did. I laid on the bed. And she slowly walked over, touched the button of my shirt to open it, and I took my hands like this. And I wouldn't let them down. She just walked away. She knew I was too shy for it.
Your boy Michael Jackson was super shy. She's about to put the works on him as they watch the city skyline. But your boy, he was too shy. Damn, Mike, all you had to do was I'm not gonna say it. Let's keep it moving.
I officially went no contact with my family because of racism. Yesterday was the craziest day of my life, I think. I went and confronted, my brother tried to come into my room and have a conversation with me. And so then I came downstairs and I huddled the whole family together and I was like, I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm very uncomfortable with how racist you guys are. And I want to be able to talk about it and grow through it. And if we can't, then I'm gonna have to walk away. And I recorded about 25 minutes of it because then my phone lost all memory. Like I had no more storage left. Oh, it's very hard to listen to. I don't even know if I'm gonna post it. I don't really know. When I lost like storage on my phone, they found out that I was recording them and absolutely lost their ish. And I was like, this proves my point. They were like, you're a victim. This is what you're doing. You're playing us. And I was like, no, like, I think I've just come to realize this is something I've been asking myself and sitting with, like where's the line between working with you guys and wanting to grow and like you guys willing to grow and also then just being like, no, like this isn't something I'm going to tolerate. And I'm at a place where this isn't something I'm going to tolerate and I'm choosing me. I'm choosing health for me. I'm choosing growth for me.
Peace.
And, you know, they were like, well, what if this is your ministry? What if you're called to help us not be racist? You're just going to abandon us. Like, what if we go to hell because of you? And I was like, that's not on me. I've tried to work with you guys. Like, all I can implore you is go get close friends that are people of color. Go start talking to people and asking why they're hurt, what offends them, what rubs them the wrong way. And several times they were like, you're just gonna abandon us. And I was like, no, I'm not abandoning you guys. I'm just, because there's so much toxicity on health here, I'm choosing me. So I'm gonna walk away. And, you know, I pretty much told them that they disagreed with the fact that they were racist. And they kept asking, give us examples. And the examples I gave them were like, not good enough for them. And if you guys want, I can share those examples. But like, they didn't deem those as like examples. And then the crazier thing was like, my mom starts to talk about how she grew up racist and persecution of the church. And I was like, Mom, being persecuted for what you believe in isn't a racist thing. That's not what we're talking about here. Anyways, it was pretty bad, to say the least. So anyways, I'm now at the airport. I've been at the airport like 5 hours before my flight. Boohoo weeping. Just grieved, I think. And just like, I was so manipulated last night. And at the same point, like, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I feel like younger me would be so proud. Like, younger Angelica is so proud. And I'm doing this for the voice that she never had. And so, yeah, I really do believe that Jesus wouldn't tolerate this. You know, and we try to hide under the way we abuse people verbally and say that, oh, Jesus, ABC. No, he wouldn't. He really wouldn't. And so here we are. What a time.
This young woman is protecting her peace. She's breaking that generational bullish, okay? She's getting away from it. She's vibrating high. She don't want to be around that negativity. Could you blame her? Her own family? Vibrating low? Being racist? She want to detach herself from that. She don't see negativity. She see love. High frequency. And I definitely applaud her for making those decisions. These are not easy decisions, family. Cutting your family off because of them being racist. And she's living her truth. Man, that's pretty hard, man. You have to give it up to her. She's making a power move. I mean, that is a power move, okay? Once you cut people off and you go astray by yourself, your loved ones at that, because of the way they acting or their beliefs, or the way they vibrating too low, you have to commend this young woman for breaking that generational curse. I applaud her. In fact, she needs to be a part of the Higher Zone family. If any of y'all know her, tell her come through. We her family over here. But anyway, family, let me know what you thought about this young woman's actions. Was it justified or was it not? I think she's living her truth. She's vibrating high. She's walking in the most high path. And that's a narrow path. Comment down below.
So, all right, if somebody keeps getting hurt in a relationship, what are they doing wrong if they keep getting hurt?
They're not fixing their problems. So my teacher just tells me, like, if I'm doing something wrong or and I'm conflicting with my friend, she's like, solve your problem.
Wait, you said that if you keep getting something wrong, right?
You gotta solve your problem. Like my teacher says, solve your problem. And then she does like the whole, like me. So like I'm standing here, she's like, solve your problem.
And so basically you're the problem. Like you're the drama that's creating the experience they're having.
If I'm the one that's wrong, yes.
But if you're attracting people in your world who are actually wrong and wronging you, then what does that mean? Because people think that you're blaming the victim. That when you say that, what's your response to that?
So if people are making you wrong, you gotta get away from those people so that you can still have the same answer and you're right. Because the only reason your answer is wrong is because they're here. It's the only reason their answer is wrong.
Wait, can you explain that a little bit more?
There are negative people that try to make the same answer that's right when they're not here wrong. If someone says 1 + 1 is 2, and then you say 1 + 1 is 2, but they're around, they're like, no, 1 + 1 is 3. And they do all their pretend math and they're like, this is why 1 + 1 is 3. And then people actually think 1 + 1 is 3.
Oh, it's kind of like being in a narcissistic relationship with somebody who makes you feel like you're the crazy one. Like when they're like, stop controlling me. I feel like you're controlling me and you're disrespecting me. And they'll be like, oh, you're just being sensitive. Like you're just overly sensitive.
That's dismissing their problem or gaslighting them. Because gaslight, the original of gaslighting is a man and a woman. A woman saw a gaslight and she saw it was getting dimmer and dimmer. And the woman told a man, hey, this is getting dimmer. And then the man said, no, it's not, which he was lying. And then the woman said, oh, okay. And she was like, and walked away. And then it got dimmer and dimmer to the point where it went out. And the woman's like, this gaslight is out. Husband, do something. It's not out, it's shining brightly, making her feel like she's crazy. And then that makes her feel like she's going insane. And then she actually does go insane.
Oh my God. So then what do you do? What's the solution against being gaslit?
You don't talk to them. If you see a gaslight that's dimming and say, hey, this gaslight, it's saying, no, it's not. All right, go get your eyes checked and walk away. Don't say go get your eyes checked though.
So you don't give people a chance to make you second guess yourself. See what you see it for what it is, and you act accordingly.
Yes.
Oh, but in order for you to do that, you have to be able to stand in your own truth. And in order to stand in your own truth, you must be aligned with yourself. And in order to be aligned with yourself, you have to clear the stories about yourself that are untrue due to your love blocks, AKA your traumas or your past pain and hurts.
Yes.
Let that little genius cook. He was cooking. This video kind of pertains to the last video about the girl who's around that negativity. She split. He was saying the same thing. You see how both of these videos intertwine? He's far beyond thinking for his age. He's on another level. Did y'all really hear that conversation? This man is brilliant. He's gonna be a real scholar. Let me know what y'all thought about Mansa. Is he a genius or what?
Because highly intelligent, highly advanced extraterrestrial beings have decided to incarnate as humans. And by doing so, we lose all of our memories. And yet that's the sacrifice we choose to take in order to give all of our knowledge and information and light and love and compassion and non-judgment to the rest of humanity, to show them the way, to show them what you fucking could do if you were to actually unlock some of the greatest DNA traits in your system, in your biology. It's in your body. You are special. You are not normal. You are not just this simple, ignorant human being, okay? You're pure magic. I mean, look at Jesus. I believe that Jesus was someone who accessed higher states of vibration, literally unlocked DNA within his biology, most likely Pleiadian, angelic DNA, that allowed him to defy the laws of physics. That's how powerful we are. He could walk on water, he could levitate, he could heal the blind. I believe he did those things.
Y'all remember that movie called Wrong Turn that came out in the early 2000s? Not only does that movie actually take place out in the Appalachia, but this story does too, and it's eerily similar. So this was me, my sister, and a few of our cousins, and we decided to take a camping trip. And I remember all of us getting frustrated because we couldn't find this damn campground we were trying to find, so we just decided to kind of make our own campsite in the middle of the woods somewhere. When you're on those long back windy roads in the mountains, you don't have much cell service when you get lost. But us being the adventurous little ghost hunters that we were at the time, we weren't really scared of getting lost. We actually wanted to get lost. So yes, at this point we are lost and we don't know which way to go, and the road actually split into two, just like the movie. Little did we know that the road we decided to take was actually taking us further and further into the mountains instead of farther away from the nearest town. Now at this point we are very lost. We figured we would just drive straight until we see a part where we can just pull the car off to the side of the road and then take maybe half a mile hike into the woods to set up our camp. Exactly what we found. We found a part where we can pull off and park our car, and we started hiking we were about a quarter mile into the woods. We started walking until we found a creek, and we decided that was a good place to camp because you always want to have a creek by when you make a fire. As we have our camp set up, it's actually starting to get dark out. We have our campfire lit, and what do you know? We start hearing these weird noises around us as usual. Things like that are kind of normal out in the Appalachia, so we weren't really getting scared. We were actually having fun with the spookiness. That was until we thought we heard what sounded almost like a whistle, but it was more of a woo. Out in the Appalachia, it's one thing to hear a whistle because one, no you didn't, but the second thing was we all looked at each other and we were like, that wasn't a whistle. Right as we started to shine the flashlight around the camp, you couldn't really see anything in the dark. We did hear it again, and it was woo. The only weapons that we had on us at the time was pocket knives and machetes, so we decided to take a lap around the camp with the machete. As we're walking around the camp, we don't really see anything in the dark, and we didn't hear that whistle noise again, but we did hear something go, hey. At that point, all of us got so scared, and we're laughing and scared at the same time. We run back and jump inside of the tent. And that is when we started hearing footsteps, like walking around our campsite and merely close to the tent. We start threatening at this point, hey, we have a weapon with us, don't come close. And after saying that, that was when we heard the most eerie laugh, literally like that laugh that guy from Wrong Turn had. All of us literally started screaming, and we jumped on top of each other in the tent, screaming and holding each other. When we started to calm down, we didn't hear the noises anymore. Instead, something ended up putting out our fire. It literally sounded like a bucket of water was pouring onto our fire. Now at that point, all of us jumped out with each one of our knives and our machetes, just swinging like crazy people, but we didn't see anybody there. So we just have a bunch of girls just swinging machetes in the dark. Once we realized nothing was there, we all got back into the tent for safety, and we didn't get a drop of sleep that night until the next morning. Next morning, we got out of our tent to investigate, and not only was our fire put out, but it was so strange. We had ashes from the fire drizzled, like just drizzled around our camp all over the ground. Out in the Appalachia, you never know what you're gonna get, but I will say there's only one thing scarier than animals and certain things out in the woods, and that's people.
Did we just get our first official intel on these guys? Check this out.
I don't want to tell this fucking story. My neighbor insists that I do, so we went to Tractor Supply and we got some snake stopper. And we came back to the house or whatever. So I'm putting some around my house, he put some around his house, and then we just kind of out there talking shit, doing it together for real. Me being clumsy, accidentally got some of the shit on us. So he was like, man, hey, pretty boy, you ain't got time to go back in the house, take a shower. We got to go back and get some more stuff. So we went back, got some more stuff, got in line. And it was my neighbor, me, and this mixed looking guy behind me. Kept sneezing. And his sneeze didn't sound like, it was like that. He kept on. And so my neighbor was like, man, yo, something weird going on with the guy behind. He sneezed again, and I turned around, like, this part of his face, coming from his nose, across this way, turned scaly. His eye had a slit, but the slit wasn't up and down, it slipped sideways. The cashier see that shit, she runs to the back. We get our stuff, we go out. He came on outside. He was like, yo, fellas, please don't tell anybody about this. I'm just like y'all, man. I'm just trying to live here. I'm just trying to make a living like you. And I'm like, yo, we didn't see shit. We got the fuck on. And then my neighbor got in the car, was like, yo, bro, I done seen this guy somewhere before. I think he worked at the courthouse. I don't know, like, somebody like that working at the fucking courthouse, man, you believe what we just fucking saw? Like, I done heard plenty of people say, like, hey, the stuff in the movies be true, that's how they get their true shit out. But that scene in Man in Black when Tommy Lee Jones was telling Will Smith, oh, some of them just trying to make a decent living. And Will Smith was like, let me guess, cab drivers or something like that? And he was like, not many of them.
Let me be the first one to say that I never believed in these guys. I thought it was really insane. Until I found something. Early in the process of discovering what is now called the sandcastle culture, I discovered this. It's kind of hard to make out at first, but it's just a side profile of some kind of face. You can see an eye and what appears to be like a smashed nose, but there's almost a shield on the forehead. I didn't know what it meant, and really, a lot of time went by before I ever had any idea. But then, scrolling Instagram, and I see this photo. And what stood out to me, I mean, immediately, let me be honest, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, stupid. But I noticed that shield shape on his forehead. And if I've ever seen a picture that would be convincing, it would be this one. It's a pretty damn convincing photo. It looks real. But that shield shape on his forehead, that seemed to match a carving in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia, well, that's a pretty fantastic coincidence. Since that discovery, a lot more revelations have come. And it's clear that there was a world culture, really twice. And it seems that who is responsible, well, I guess it's these guys. As much as I hate it, and as much as it disgusts me, and I don't want it to be true, the more time goes on, it seems to be the only answer. So, if I ever had to have some intel on some adversarial forces, it would definitely be the repellent. Snake repellent, who would have thought?
Snake repellent, family. Reveal the reptilian. Do you believe in reptilian? Do you believe they live amongst us? Just like the movie They Live. They put it in your movies, they put it in your cartoons. Gotta pay attention and use your discernment. They definitely are out here. Let me know what you think, if they out here or not.
Sorry to the family. I don't know if y'all heard this story with the 4-year-old boy from Pennsylvania. The boy and the mom come home, and the boy is eating a fucking lollipop, whatever, playing around, doing whatever. The mom off doing whatever. She goes back in the room. She finds this little boy unresponsive. And she like, what the fuck? She panicked. She called 911. Ambulance. I need an ambulance. My son, he's not moving. He's not breathing. They rush there. Get the boy in the stretcher. They trying to do everything, get him back. They rush him to the hospital. So they performing all kind of tests on him. So now, the mom out there, she wondering what the fuck going on. They basically come out and tell her, sorry for your loss. What? The fuck you mean sorry for my loss? They go back, the police come down. They want to talk to, yo, what's going on? How your son died? They back there doing their own tests now. They doing on-site tests, whatever they can figure out. So the guy come out, one of the doctor guys come out like, yo, what the fuck? This kid had fentanyl in his system. She like, fentanyl? How we have fentanyl in his system? They like, I don't know. Police like, yeah, this is what we want to talk to you about. So she like, I don't know. We came from the store. He went in the room, he was watching cartoons or whatever, eating his lollipop. I came back, I found him unresponsive. They goes back to the house, they take us back to the house. They start collecting all the evidence in his room, everything around him. Drink over here, lollipop on the floor, this, that, and the third. They do tests on this lollipop. Tell me why this lollipop had fentanyl in it. They tell yo, where you get this lollipop from? She like, I just got it from the store. They take her back to the store. Tell me why they gather some shit from the back of the store, take it, go do tests. 1 million cops run up in there. It's fucking lollipops and boxes of lollipops back there with fentanyl in it. That I guess it got mixed up in the front from what I was reading and I was told. And this little kid from Pennsylvania, 4 years old, died from a motherfucking overdose from a lollipop, man. From a lollipop. It's in vapes. That shit is in fucking weed. That shit is in Hennessy. Like, is we under attack? What the fuck? Like, they done found the shit in food. Like, what the fuck going on? Like,
it's definitely getting spooky out here. For real, for real. The little kids can't even have a snack, a little treat anymore. That is diabolical. Little man enjoying his lollipop, drinking his soda, probably watching some cartoons as his mom move around doing what she do in the house, maybe some chores. And she comes back and see her son laid out. That is diabolical. Super monstrous diabolical. People ain't got no hearts anymore. People don't care anymore. That's how I know the time shift and a lot of things change. A lot of people ain't got no souls. A lot of people are just walking around here, part of the program. You don't have a heart when you start to put this stuff in candy and all that other stuff. That is diabolical, family. Be mindful when you take your kids to the store to get some candy. Might not be candy. Might not be a soda pop, because they putting it in drinks too, from what I'm hearing. 4 years old. Overdosed. Just because he want to snack and enjoy his day. Have some fun. Eat a little sweet. He's not here anymore because people decide to put stuff like that in candy. It's going to keep getting worse, family. Be mindful. In fact, I'll stay away from them damn bodegas. Cause them bodegas, they be wilding out. Get it from the supermarket. Even the supermarket, you can't even trust. Cause it's chemical warfare on the food. That is diabolical. Condolences to the family. Seriously, to the moms. That mom's is probably still grieving right now. Probably her only child.
This next video will turn out to be the most Florida thing you've probably seen if you're from the state of Florida. But for those of you that are not, picture this: going to the gym to work out in the morning and taking a look over at the weight benches, only to find a 13-foot alligator crawling around the gym. You heard what I said, a 13-foot alligator roaming around a gym. Take a look at this video for yourself. Look at that for yourself. She's calm, cool, and collected. This dude is ready to run for the hills, and I don't blame him. For those of you that live in the state of Florida, this is not a shock nor a surprise to anyone. But to everyone else, this is common in Florida. Leave a door open, a back door, any door, especially during mating season, and you'll find this anywhere. And this right here should be the normal reaction. Not her on the phone, cool, calm, and collective, because that thing was lurking and heading toward her. And as you can see from the video, everyone else is at a very, very good distance away from this. So keep this right here in the back of your mind. If you plan on moving to the state of Florida, this might just be your neighbor or your gym bro.
Your gym bro is crazy, okay? Gym bro is crazy. That alligator went in for leg day. And guess what? If I was there, I would have been out. I'm not even gonna climb the weights. I'm out. I'm gone. We out the door. We ain't playing with no gator. Miss me with that. But anyway, family, let's keep it moving.
This isn't just fashion. This is frequency. This is higher zone.
This the update y'all was waiting for?
Yeah.
What's that?
Zone.
They said you gotta be quicker than that.
Damn.
I mean, they took the seats off my shit. They disconnected the dash. They disconnected everything. They took my steering wheel. They took the floors up. These my floors.
Damn.
Left my shit open. All my clothes. All my...
Diabolical. Monstrous diabolical. Super diabolical. Diabolical infinity, okay? Totally disrespected that young lady car. Cook. Over. It's not even a car anymore.
Diabolical. So I guess I'm gonna just come up here and talk about it because nobody wants to answer the fucking phone for me. But I'm sitting in the car crying because I'm just trying to be an adult and be fucking responsible. First of all, I hate doing laundry. I hate it. This is the most worst fucking adult responsibility I've ever came in contact with. Trying to do the laundry. I don't know how to do laundry. I'm trying to be responsible. I'm doing the laundry. My load was $8. So I'm pouring the detergent. I asked the lady, I said, where do I pour the detergent at? Because I don't know how to do laundry. So she like, oh, okay, pour it in the third part. Okay, so I pour it in there. So as I'm looking at the motherfucking washing machine, I don't see no bubbles. I'm just seeing water. So then I asked a different lady. I'm like, hey, like, is this right? Because it's not making no bubbles. The lady gonna come up to me. She told me something, yeah, it's not making no bubbles because that's softener. Well, what the fuck is softener? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, so I went, my stupid ass bought fucking fabric softener and not fucking detergent. And I'm irritated because these are things that I should motherfucking know how to do, right? But I fucking don't. Because I don't want to say my mama didn't teach me shit, but like, my mama ain't teach me shit. And it be having me crashing the fuck out because it be the simplest shit that I cannot do, cuz. And that shit be stressing me out. Like, why is it that I'm 21 years old and don't know the difference between fucking detergent, fabric softener, fucking whatever the fuck goes in laundry? Like, I'm fucking mad. I'm mad and embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed as fuck because the lady looking at me crazy as fuck, and I'm borderline ready to fucking choke myself out right now because...
You know what, family? I'm gonna go easy on her. In fact, I'm gonna go super easy on her because she's speaking her truth. She don't know how to do laundry. Is it a problem? It's a big problem. Her mom didn't teach her. Her mom was actually babying her. Her mom was doing everything without including her. And that's a big problem. I was doing laundry at 13 years old, okay? We had the pushing carts, we put our clothes in there, he give me some money, we get some detergent, and we'll go down the block and do our own laundry. We knew where to put the soap. We got the coins out the machine, even though one time I left all my coins in the machine, and the lady was nice enough to give me the money to do a laundry because my pops would have tore me up if I had went home without doing that laundry. But I knew how to do laundry at 13 years old. This young lady is 21 years old. She don't know the difference between softener and detergent. That is diabolical. But at least she's asking for help. She's speaking her frustration on not knowing how to do laundry. Okay? If it was somebody who caught her and, they was like, yo, she's wilding out, then it would have been a different story. But she's actually speaking her truth, and I respect that. She could have went on YouTube, which is the Bible for everything. If you want to learn something, go to YouTube and know how to do some laundry. Or pulled the lady over, yo, I don't know how to do this, my first time doing this, can you please help me? It could have went many different ways. But she was speaking her truth, and I like that. But anyway, family, comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about that. Don't go harsh on her.
Fake friend was the real enemy.
Because that's the only ones can rock you to sleep. You know that's your enemy, you on point already. Like, all right, I don't fuck with them, they don't fuck with me. That's a known thing. The nigga that you dapping and hugging and the nigga asking you, yo, how the kids? That's who rock you to sleep the most. It's never nobody that you constantly watching or somebody that you know what I mean? It's who you feel most comfortable with. Limit who you allow in that space to harm you.
Check out this crazy video. A pickup truck driving right off a cliff in South Africa. My goodness. Just seconds later, you see the driver walk out like nothing happened. Thankfully, he's doing okay.
Crazy.
She's the play.
That's a possum? Nah. Boy, you wildin'. Nah. That's crazy. Caution cone.
Damn it. I ain't gonna let that motherfucking caution cone did at least 100% damage on her ass. Soon as she got her ass. Tried to wake up out that motherfucker, start fighting, but it was already over with. Got her ass to the ground, and then Shorty still ended up beating her ass. Like, folk, you gotta be prepared for all measures, Shorty.
A caution cone is crazy. And my man with the possum, he gotta be out of his mind. What are you about to do with that possum? He's about to chef that possum. And that possum chefed him. That is diabolical, family. Comment down below.
This is New York. From the L train to the world. It's not just fashion, it's frequency. We built this from frequency, not fabric. This is Higher Zone.
Breaking teachers' laptops in school. You thought we was coming to park to play. Hands out, all the way out. Yup.
We're doing squats.
Start it over, thank you. Get up.
Lincoln.
Higher Zone. Higher Zone. Higher Zone. Higher Zone.
Yup.
Coach Carter.
Yeah, bro, you didn't see that? I feel like
That
Coach
boy
Carter.
Lincoln.
You know what I'm saying? Them ass whoopings, they gonna keep doing dumb stuff. This, before he do something crazy, oh, nah, let me not do this. My pop's gonna be barking. Let's go. But for all the moms, it's like, yo, that's enough for right now. All right, so what's gonna happen when it's enough? Is it gonna be enough when, God forbid, if I don't do nothing as a father, and then my son grow up to shoot guns and be in gangs and think it's okay to throw up sets, right? Now it's all night. He should have had a dad in his life. You know, your maybe dad, you should have done something. No, when he out here murdering people, right? For all the baby mothers, I want to be better. Now I'm gonna keep him away from the kid. This is the reason why, because when your kid grow up and he want to shoot guns and think it's cool to be in gangs, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a deadbeat baby father, then he's a bozo. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do. Just pray on it. But, yup, you know, this one of my favorite. Right there. Yup, squat. Let's go. All around. Yup, down. Squat, down. Defense position. Defense. Deep. Pin down.
Half court.
Bro,
press.
Look at me. Come over here. Stop rushing it. Squat down. Hands out. Squat down.
Gonna learn today, young man. You're gonna learn today.
Squat. Bro, squat. Yes. Now go. Your mother had a conversation. You're gonna be living with daddy. Next school year.
More squats ain't no joke.
Daddy about to move in his new crib. Yup. Take you to school every morning. Start all over. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, you thirsty, my boy. Was you this thirsty in class earlier? We decided to break your teacher's laptop. Baseline.
Oh, man.
Let's go. 30 seconds. If you don't make it in 30 seconds, you're back to the wall.
Suicides.
That's a bad start, my boy. That's a terrible start. Yup, that's all it is. Point.
Them things no joke, boy.
8, 9, 30. Whoa. You better not cry. You gonna do two of them. Let's go. Whoa. Down. Yep. There we go. All the way out. You got 30 seconds. Now, where you going? All right, bet. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, look at it. I made it.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Thank you, God. We made it.
25.
After 3 hours.
You're over there thinking, he's saying hallelujah.
I started crying. Look at my tears.
It is. I got some news for you, though. I was lying. You got wall. To the wall now. Nah, I'm just joking. Come on. Come on, we going home. I'm hungry.
That boy got the work out of his life, okay? His pops wasn't playing. You want to break the teacher laptop? Come on, let's do these wall squats. Let's train these suicides. Let's do these drills, half court press, okay? That man was tired, trust me. Them wall squats ain't no joke. Cause I do them by my damn self at the gym till today before I start running. And it burns them thighs. Yeah, it burned them thighs and them arms be on fire too. Man, listen, them suicide from one line to the other line, to the other line, to the other line, to the other line, to the other line. Man, listen, it keeps going and going. You don't want to do no suicide runs, okay? You be cooked. Talk about lose weight. Yeah, you'll lose weight so fast you won't know what hit you. But you know what? He was definitely right. He was standing on his business. He was saving his son's life. Okay? He's training him to be a better man, a better athlete. What's wrong with that? He's not beating him. He's teaching them a great, valuable lesson. And that's what these kids need. They need their pops to be around. They need that father figure to dominate, point blank. But anyway, family, I appreciated you if you made it all the way to the end. You are goated. You are definitely goated. You are one of them ones. You are legendary. You are loved at the higher zone. I definitely appreciate every last one of you. If you new here today, you pulled up and you rocked out with the family, we definitely love you like cook food too. This is a beautiful family, a growing family, and a high vibrational family. And family, don't forget to hit that share button and that hype button so more people that's beautiful, like-minded like you, brilliant, like-minded like you, get to see the videos. With that being said, Zone family, I'm not gonna hold y'all up today. I'm not. Vibrate high. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, protect your energy, remove negative people around your circle, and love thy neighbor. Catch y'all in the next one, Zone family. Peace.
Zone, 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 yeah. Zone, 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 yeah. Zone, 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 yeah. Zone, zone, zone. Zone, zone, zone. Hey, zone, 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 zone.